So, tonight we're supposed to be talking about relationships because I have 20 years of marriage with my special husband.
Special ed.
So, that's something. 20 years. That's pretty impressive.
And you haven't killed him. Close.
He has not killed. You killed me a couple times, but I'm okay. I'm okay.
That was on a motorcycle.
No, that wasn't. But I mean, we had moments, but
Well, isn't that what relationships are, though? It's literally ups and downs. Every relationship. So, like yours and mine. I think we're closer now than we've ever been because I think I've learned how to understand that you're like me and you're not trying to be
a dick.
It's just
you're just a dick.
Yeah, but you love me and I know it because you buy me stuff. Whenever you go to the winery or anything, you always like my cat hook, my fox, my no such thing as too many cats. See, yeah, you enable me. All the cat stuff you get me.
I enable you.
You enable me.
But yeah, relationships. That's like you were saying. Is everybody has an up and down relationship, and it, that's true. But I have had so many bad choice relationships that, just
not you,
not
maybe
you. No, not him. But like, just then you find somebody that's willing to listen to the things that you say. And hear you, not just listen to you. They hear what you're saying. That's the difference in if it's going to work or not, I think.
I agree. Without communication, there is no relationship. I mean, and that's with me and Chris. I think me and Chris work because, especially when we used to have Erica babysit Elijah. So we can go out to dates and stuff, and we were
And then Corona came.
And then Corona came. Yep. And now we're like, I'm 2 seconds from body bags. No. Again.
That's why you decided to do Instacart.
He's gonna listen to this. No,
I mean, like, to get out of the house. If you're trapped in a house 24/7 and you've already a housewife, that's a lot of being in the house. Like, at least if you used to go out and do a date or have time away from the house, that's one thing. But now, coronavirus, you're stuck in your house constantly.
And
you want to kill somebody eventually.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is, I told him, I am tired of just being this. Like, I was getting upset because I'm realizing that I'm not able to do the things that I want to be able to do for Elijah. Like, they had the book fair, and I'm like, financially, it just doesn't work for us right now. I need something to bridge the gap where I can do special things, pumpkin picking, apple picking, stuff like that, where I can still function. And I am thankful for Instacart for giving me an opportunity and people an opportunity who maybe don't have the scheduling time, the education, or whatever.
Instacart. There's your plug.
Hey, it's a great service. I mean, I'm probably one of their best shoppers. But that's just
Yeah, because my shopper today sucked.
But again, it's
Did you have Amanda?
No, she wishes. I sat in her driveway waiting for her order to pop. Never popped. But people are pulling scams where they use a third-party app to automatically accept batches. So Instacart's actually trying to fix that because that's wrong. You shouldn't be able to just take whatever,
select everything, and not be available to
and she wasn't
that.
Obviously. If I'm not available, and like Chris was like, it should be where if you like a certain driver, you get them.
Or, well,
I'm like, that's not fair.
If you can turn yourself on and off, that's not really a thing. But, maybe if... What do they do with Uber? They give you stars and stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So they rate you. You know, if you don't want a certain person because they have a low rating, then you should be able to have a selection of people to choose from.
She got 1 star.
She deserved it. Should have been me. But no, I'm happy that I can feel like something other than just ow.
Yeah, but like, why would you even use Instacart if you know that you can get your sister to do that and you just give her a couple bucks?
I didn't think about that. I was traveling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was on my way home. And I thought, hey, I could make tacos tonight. Like, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I wasn't invited.
But then I have
tacos.
like 4.5
Rachel loves
pounds of
tacos.
freaking beef that's expiring today. And I was going to make burgers tomorrow. So that's why I asked for 5 pounds. She only gave me 4.3. So whatever.
Because she didn't listen. She listened, but she didn't hear you.
Right.
That's the problem. See, it makes all the difference.
It does.
And your relationship, your shopping with that.
Yes.
Yes.
That is
There was no
true, though. It's
communication.
true with any relationship
Exactly.
that you have.
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Friends, people that you work with, family, spouse. It does. Children.
So, like, that's something, like, I probably have to work on, too, is listening. Or not just listening to somebody, but hearing what they're saying. Because a lot of times I'm just like, I don't really care what you're saying. Please just be quiet. not for Nick. Not to
Nick's
Nick.
like,
but
wow,
that is in my head. Like, sometimes I'm just like,
Just shut up.
oh my fucking God, please just shut your fucking mouth. I don't want to hear anymore. I can't do it.
I do that with Chris, and he gets so offended because he's like talking, and I'm like blank staring him, and he's like, "Are you listening to me?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "You don't care?" I was like, "Not really." Like, I feel bad, but I don't care about your show. If I cared, I'd watch it with you. So I don't want to hear the whole 6-season breakdown
But
of
see,
Criminal
like,
Minds.
that's, oh yeah. no.
Oh yeah, I just don't want to hear it.
Like, we have things that we do separate, but we also have things that we definitely do together. Like, there's certain shows we just love to watch, and we will. And but then there's some stuff that he puts on, and I'm just like, oh my fucking, what? Who are you?
No,
Makes no sense.
that's okay. It's
We
like,
don't like this kind of thing.
see, Erica and Nick are more alike with that. Like, she had me watch the wrong Missy.
Yes.
I like that.
So
Stupidest
funny.
fucking movie I've ever seen.
I like that movie.
Well, I
Thank you.
didn't. I was
So
like,
did I.
it was not.
But-
it was just stupid.
I didn't like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. The last, or
I
the
never
last,
watched it.
that last one. I'm like, I never thought Keanu Reeves could do a bad movie. And then I watched that, and I was like, what the hell?
I never.
It made me so sad. I'm like, and they looked like they had rubber faces. I'm just like,
What? I never. I don't watch.
they're
movies
supposed to be
often.
bringing back another Matrix, though, I guess.
Well, you guys used to always watch Matrix.
I know, like, we have several movies that we have, like, in common.
Mm-hmm. Well, like, I just started watching Umbrella Academy, and Chris is like, "What are you watching in there?" I'm like, "Umbrella Academy." He's like, "That does not seem like your type of show." I'm like, "You didn't think I like Guardians of the Galaxy either, and that's like my favorite movie." So you just don't know me very well. He really doesn't. I don't think Chris knows me that well. Because he
So
just
how is-
listens. He doesn't
He's
hear.
Right, exactly. I was going to say he listens to you. He doesn't hear you.
What about you? Do you feel like you're finally being heard?
Yeah, like he's thoughtful. You know, like for my birthday, like I always talk about lighthouses. I love lighthouses, blah blah blah. So for my birthday, he brought me to a lighthouse.
And then you went to the
Like the wind turbine
Oh.
things.
see,
Yeah.
and that's stuff that you guys, Todd and Nick, do for you guys that Chris doesn't think like
Right.
that.
Because he doesn't
See,
think.
Nick is really good. Like, he really... Like, when we first got together... Like, my favorite thing was... My favorite flowers are daisies, because they're super simple, and they're just cute, or they're
Pretty.
sweet, or they're
Yeah.
they're just... simple and elegant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And M&M's.
Aww.
So, like, he would just randomly bring me daisies and M&M's. And it was like, aw, you get me.
Yeah, and it didn't have to be anything crazy.
Right.
It was that little. You heard me.
I just, like, I know he's thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
He is.
So that's good.
Chris is thoughtful, but he's more of a.
Look
Look
at that face.
What's that? Like, his love language is more of like a touchy-feely love
I don't
language.
like that. I don't like to be touched.
And I'm more of, I want acts of service. I want you to do things for me. That's how you could show me that you love me. Not cuddling me and I'm turning around with it. Like, one day I literally almost stabbed him in the face. By accident. I'm in the kitchen. I grab a knife out of the thing. I turn around and he's trying to hug me. And I'm like, dude. Like, I literally.
I don't think I'm very, I don't like
I'm
to
not
be-
touchy like that.
My dad used to come up behind us and zap us with
Oh,
his,
I hate that.
when we'd
Nick
be
does
washing
that.
dishes, and I just, no, don't, please don't, that's creepy. Sorry, Dad. That's creepy.
Nick
But now
loves
your
zapping.
husband does it.
No, he doesn't do that to me too often.
He doesn't do that to me too often.
But at least not creepy when it comes from your husband.
No. Thank God.
He does look a little creepy though.
No, he
That
does
face.
not.
Look at that face.
No, he just looks grouchy.
But he does look very bright with that
He
shirt.
looks
It
so
really does.
handsome
It
today.
literally, like the gray
Got out and
hair
got
in
some-
your beard is
He
like,
got out and got some wind, so he
Amanda,
can breathe better
Those are
today.
platinum highlights, not gray.
Yeah, he does. I don't know how we got. Why are we like the dark gray? He got the nice shiny
Shiny,
gray, like the
right.
one that you pay for at the salon. It's like that.
Silvery,
Yeah,
Yeah.
silvery.
because he's a silver fox.
Oh yeah, baby.
He's like, damn it, why do I have to sit here with these women? This is what my life has come to.
Well, that was awkward.
That's Rachel's line.
I know.
Yeah.
Anybody can use it. I don't mind.
That's awkward.
That's all awkward.
We randomly, like, just
Stop talking.
pause. And look at each other like, okay. So, you've been married for
20 years.
20 years.
Jesus.
You've been
Dating for not even a year. I don't know how anybody can be married for 20 years.
I'm at.
We've been together for 22.
Jesus. I still don't know how you do it.
I've been married 13 years and I don't know how they do it because I don't know.
It's
Like, my longest relationship was what? A douchebag for
10 years.
too long.
It was like 10 years. Yeah.
Con.
Yeah. At least this one's not a douchebag. For the most part.
I don't.
He's been, I mean,
No,
he seems
okay.
pretty nice.
He is
Yeah,
really
he is.
nice.
He is. Like, and even like with the driving stuff, he told Erica, he's like, tell Amanda to be careful because people where he lives, or no,
No, in Syracuse somewhere.
in Syracuse, people were calling and they were delivering, but they would leave their car keys in the car.
And somebody
So-
would steal.
and somebody would take
hijack.
the vehicle.
Yeah.
So he's like, tell her, just make sure she takes the keys every time she gets out. You know,
Like, he's super thoughtful. He has a good heart.
he's still a pain in the ass because
He
he's a
is.
guy.
Men are all pains in the ass.
Well, nobody's perfect. Like,
Right.
you think we are? Fuck that.
I think I am.
Uh-huh. All right.
No. I'm definitely not. Like, there are some days where I am so moody that I'm like, if I was married to me, I would divorce me.
Yeah, like, I'm the only sibling that has never been married, and I never plan to be. I don't know, it's like that piece of paper just makes you stuck. That's how I feel.
Nothing
too expensive.
makes you stuck.
You know what makes you stuck is taking somebody in and then them not wanting to leave.
Yeah, that was a couple of my exes.
Speaking of, I saw
That one?
that one's
Yeah.
thing today was behind me in the store. Like,
What's a thing? The thing.
His girlfriend.
Oh.
like,
Yeah.
and huge eyebrows. And I'm
She's
just like, And she kept giving me a dirty look. I wonder if she thought I was you. Because she was standing behind me and she's like... It's like, yeah, bitch. Keep looking. Asshole. But yeah. I think we all have supportive people. Like, supportive partners in their own ways. Like Nick gets to do this. Which is the hardest supporting job of all the men. And you're gonna hear
Max, go on. Go see the boy.
him and Michael are just like,
I know.
you couldn't tell they're related.
You could tell by their faces.
Yeah.
I know.
It's so funny because Elijah, Joe, and Jake look a lot alike.
Okay.
And then you have
Jeremy, Kat, Michael.
Kat, and Michael look a lot alike. And Amber and Dominic are just pale like me, so
They're yours.
yeah.
Dominic's kind of dark. He's not as pale. Katarina's very pale.
Yeah.
She's one of our. She's the. I think her and Amber are the palest.
Yeah.
Amber's definitely paler than Kat, though.
Yeah, but she's Scandinavian, so there you go. No, I don't know. She's. Yeah, I think she's got a lot of like some kind of Scandinavian in her.
She did the genetic DNA test thing, right?
Yeah, I have it on my phone, but I don't know.
I kind of want to
do
get it
that
done.
so bad.
Mm.
See, if I get it done, Nick will know all about him too.
Yep.
See, it's like 2 for the price of 1.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, sorry,
And
Amanda.
some Chinese government agency will have your DNA.
OMG. Because
They
if
probably already do.
right, if I'm not worried about it.
If you've ever had a surgery, or I'm sure they've
Yeah.
taken a splice.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Probably as soon as you came out of the frickin' womb.
Let's just take a little bit of this one.
That's how they know where everybody comes from.
Yep.
Right. As long as I don't do anything bad, I have nothing to worry about.
Unless
I mean, it's
Nick
not
does
like
something bad.
right. True.
He's like, I'll just leave the DNA.
Have you ever been like, wow, like surprised? There's like weird, like, you ever feel like that's gonna happen? Like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Imagine.
I think sometimes I think like my sister, Johnny, is my uncle's daughter.
Jerry. Oh, no, it'd be more.
No, we had a conversation about that. Like, I was like, you look so much like Uncle Bill. You know, like, I think you're his daughter more than you are. Like, as I look just like my mom, and she doesn't really look like my dad, but she doesn't look like my mom.
And you guys don't really look a lot like you and Jenny.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, a little bit, but not very much.
No.
But obviously, we have the same mom because, you know, we came out the same fucking chute.
Right.
Unless
Right.
the hospital mixed up the fucking babies. But like that, yeah, you could like find out. Oh,
Right.
oops, sorry. You're not even a part of this family at all.
You know, that would probably happen to me. Green eyes, freckles, pale as hell. I mean, you guys, if you put a beard on you and toughened up your features a little, you guys look a lot alike.
Yeah, you guys, they're like
Yeah.
twins.
Everybody says we look alike, but then when it comes
You
down to
guys look alike too. You like hold your heads the same way, but
I
in opposite directions when you have your Facebook profiles. It's like,
well, it's just like when she hurts
I'm
her-
like, why does Amanda have two? Oh, that's Erica.
Well, when she hurts her right arm, I usually end up hurting my left arm.
Yeah.
Like, we always, like, I'll be like, yeah, my back's hurting. You know, it hurts really bad on the right. And she's like, oh, it hurts really bad on the left. So I'm like, stop copying me. I just think it's funny when we get the twin.
I think it's
always.
I think it's kind of cool. Like, I think it would be harder to feel connected with somebody that has the same dad than you. Like, you're growing inside of somebody's body,
Right.
so you have that. You're actually connected to them
Yeah.
physically.
Right.
A man he shoots it out for like 5 seconds, and then, hey, am I late for the party?
Right?
And maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're not. You know, all over the place.
Right.
Yeah. Women.
You don't feel as connected to somebody with the same father.
Right.
Mm-hmm. I actually agree, but see, where I think we're cool is I really don't think blood affects us at all. You know, like, I don't look at, you know, Dominic and Amber differently than I look at biological, because those are just my niece and nephews. I literally got in a fight with my boss when she was like, how is that your niece? I'm like, how is she not? Well, is she your brother's biological daughter? I'm like, what does that even matter? She's my niece.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, I
I don't
understand
call
that,
them
but
my
I'm not
half-sibling.
saying that. But I'm like, I have sisters that we have the same dad, and I love them, but I'm not as connected to them as I am to
To
my sister Jenny.
From your
Yeah.
mom,
And that's not like there's
Oh,
no like, well, you're not really, you know, it's not like that kind of a thing. It's I feel more connected to Jenny.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if Jenny's hurt, I kind of like sometimes I feel like
it.
what's going on? I out of the blue, like I'll think of my sister, and like
It's a
like
deep
it's like a
connection.
connection. You have a like weird connection with somebody that's from that same mother.
Well, and again, because like you said, it's with dads. For all I know, I have many other siblings out there. For all you guys know, you have many. You know, like we don't know
For all
because
you know, your dad's not really your dad.
you know what? That was just ice,
Low.
ice cold.
You're taking care of a stranger?
No, that is my dad. Even if blood-wise he wasn't my dad, which I do believe he is, even if he wasn't, he's my dad.
Hey, you know what? When I was really young, and I mean, I had a really crazy life. My whole, like, not my whole entire life was not super, super crazy, but there was a lot of, like, wacky, bad times. And I lived with my mom when I was 11, and then I came back home, and then I was like living life and having a good time, trying to get back into the groove of not partying every night, not being, you know, not worrying about where I'm going to sleep, not worrying if I have clothes, not worrying if I'm going to be able to eat, who do I need to take care of, who do I need to look after, blah, 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 blah. It goes on and on. Then my oldest sister was still out in California and living, like, she was stealing money or stealing clothes out of dryers and laundromats, and she was breaking out of girls' homes, and she was, like, living on the streets here and there, like, getting random boyfriends, and, like, it was weird. And then all of a sudden she comes back home and gets all this attention, and I was like,
Wow, okay.
fuck you guys. You know, like, I felt so bad. Like, I felt like so I made up this elaborate story, and I told my sister. I didn't think that she would tell anybody, but I was like, oh, you think you're so special, and you had it so hard, and you were in California, and you chose to leave, and blah, blah, blah. You could have came home, and you didn't want to. You know, boo-hoo for you. Your life sucks. You know, whatever. I'm like, at least our dad's your dad. He's not my dad. And for, like, I could never bring myself to say the truth. I couldn't, like, for the longest time, that was a lie. I was like, yep, that's the facts. Because my sister went and told my stepmom. My stepmom went and told my dad. And then my dad comes in and tells me, it's okay. If, you know.
Oh.
And then I'm like, how am I going to tell him? That's
I was just
like,
being
so I'm
after.
just like, so eventually I think I was like 23 or something. And I finally told my dad, guess what? Mom never said that. I was like, I can't live with this lie anymore. so jealous, and I didn't realize how far this stupid lie was gonna go. And now I'm just like stuck with it. I'm like, I always feel like you're like looking at me like this isn't even my kid. So, you know, I love you like my daughter, or, you know, like I feel like I get these cards that are like kind of disconnected a little bit. And so he's like,
I almost spit coffee.
he's like, it's all right. It wouldn't make any difference anyway. And it's like, I just
But you
want
are.
I know. I just accept me again.
I take it back. I'm petty as fuck. I just wanted to be a bitch. I didn't expect it to go this far. I'm living a lie.
So, like, from the time I was 12 to the time I was 23, my dad had was believing that he wasn't even my father.
That is
Because I wanted my sister to feel bad for me. You know, like, that's fucked up.
See, that's Capricorn shit right there.
Yeah, miss, I'm gonna
Hey.
I have another problem. Like, I hold on to a resentment forever. Like, I can't
Yep.
let them go. It's just like, and then I'm like, you know what? It's not even that big of a deal.
But then
whatever. And then I'm like, whatever.
No.
That's a Capricorn thing.
See me? I'm resentful.
Or I write apologies. Oh,
Oh, no.
I'm
Nope.
so sorry that I was such a
is
shitty
not like
person.
that.
I'm resentful. And then I have like a brief moment where I'm like, maybe I should just let it go. You know, it's not that. And then I'm like, no. You know what? I'm still pissed about this, and this. Because right when I think I should let it go, I start thinking about all the shit they did. And I'm like, you know what? I'm really pissed though.
But-
Now I'm really pissed. And I'm, you know.
Have you ever thought all of the shit that you have done in your life to every sometimes that's all that goes through my head is all my shitty stuff that I've done, and I'm like, wow, I suck pretty fucking bad. You know?
Well, not
Have you
all.
ever felt like that?
I have. But if relationships don't matter to me enough, then I don't care. Like if it was you, Erica, Nick, Chris, those relationships, yeah, I would be like, you know what? I'm really sorry. Like, I fucked up. But if it's like somebody that I don't really care about, I don't care.
Oh yeah, I
think
don't
about
care
it.
if
No, but
there's
like,
somebody at a store and they're trying to
No,
push
not
samples
even
on me,
that.
and I'm like, get the fuck away.
No, but not even
You
that,
know, like there's that me
But,
too.
like,
That
aunts
I
and
don't
uncles.
care. I'm just like,
you know, aunts and uncles. As far as I'm concerned, I don't have any. I don't care to know them. I don't care to hear from them. I don't care to think about them. So I don't. You know, like I said, relationships are super important. Like my relationship with you guys, you know a lot about somebody by how they treat the relationships that are supposed to be important to them. And the way that they treated my mom her whole life, I'm sorry, I don't need to be involved with somebody who would do that to their own sister. If you could be that shitty to your own sister, what am I? What are you going to care about me? You know, I can't be involved with it.
But sometimes people believe lies over, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I know he's had times where he's been lied to about stuff that's going on with you, and then, you know, what is, you know, like, do I believe my mom? Do I believe my sister? Like, what do I do? Like, you get put in that weird spot. I mean, who knows? But kids always are trying to get that individual favorite place.
Right.
And every, you know, like, they don't, I don't know if they think that there is not enough love to have for everyone. Like, the more children I had, the more love I felt. Like, when I seen Bass be born and Charlotte get born, and then, like, that's just, like, even more, like, it's just more overwhelming and more gratitude for life.
It's so many pieces of your heart walking, you know, outside of your body, like you with what you were saying earlier. Once you think something's affecting your kids, your grandkids,
Well,
you know,
sometimes it's me.
well, no. Again,
It is.
I think that, again, we probably don't always say or do the right thing, but we love our children. We love our family. I mean, all of us would die for...
I don't think any of them get that. I don't think kids understand that. They're all like, I gotta be the favorite. I gotta be the favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You're all a fucking favorite.
Yeah. It's
You're
like, I love you all for something different.
The fucking favorite.
Right.
Like, yeah, they're all different. They all have something different
Mm-hmm.
and something that's amazing and...
Special.
Something that pisses you off.
Well, like,
Right?
we all have our firstborn child, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is... There's a bond there.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they can be very sensitive, or they can be angry so easily with anything that you do, and you're just like, it's okay.
Well,
you can be mad at me. I get it, or I understand, but like, you feel like I feel like Amber's relationship and mine formed, like, that was my first real knowledge of love.
Mm-hmm.
Like, real love. Like,
Yeah.
you would do anything to...
Like, I would die for you.
You would do anything to protect them or give them the best life, or whatever you can do to keep them happy.
And again, it's probably never enough, but when you look at, for instance, you try to give your kids better than what you had. Your raising was
Chaotic.
very chaotic, and it had a lot of really hard and sad times. You know, you did everything in your power to not give Amber that. You know, like, you really tried to give her the best that you could.
Yeah.
And I think Amber sees it. I think, I think kids, like, Amber still has a baby. You know, she's not going to understand until Charlotte's older, and she's going through certain things with Charlotte, and Charlotte starts,
How would you understand it if you have a child too that's not older?
No, but I've watched you guys raise yours from an outside standpoint, and, like, even Elijah literally tells me, I don't want another sibling because, I won't get as much attention, or you won't love me as much. And I'm like,
They think that, though. I think that the first child has a hard time with the second child, or any child after, because they're like,
wow, I wasn't good enough. You gotta, one had more,
like, I need to be that special. Like, you are a really amazing individual. Like, so amazing.
Your first teaches you everything you know about being a
But
mom,
you're
right?
also, like, learning everything with
your
your
mistakes
first.
and
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
they're just kind of the...
test dummy.
Pretty much.
As messed up as it really is, it's like, I had to learn on you. I'm sorry,
I took a collection of things that I learned from The Simpsons, and
I did my best, and that's what it is, though.
what are those other shows? Oh, yeah. Family Matters, and, Family Ties, and I tried to do my best.
There's definitely no way to make your kids fully happy. And again, we all have our things, but we love our kids.
Oh my God, like Joe, he always complains about being the middle child. I'm like, you are being raised by a middle child. I understand, and you are spoiled.
Rotten.
Like, seriously.
Yes.
Like,
Joe is the baby.
he doesn't get in trouble.
No.
I'm worried about his feelings. He's very sensitive. So even if I yell at the other two, the big thing I do with Joe is just Josiah. And that's it. Like, I look at him, and then he's like, oh, you're always so mean to me. It's like, really, Josiah? Because you're the middle child? Really?
No. And again, see, Jacob doesn't actually need, though, that. Like, it's weird. When you look at Jacob doesn't have that, I'm a baby, on the baby mentality. He's very, very, like, secure in his position. You could like me, you could not. I don't really care. I'm just gonna be like, what's that thing? Bah, fuck you. You know, which he said the other day, but it means
Seal.
in
French.
and he thought it was the most hilarious thing. But Jacob really doesn't act like a baby.
It's like a weenus. Your elbow.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh, everybody's got a weenus.
But see, my secret is I tell every kid that I'm alone with that they're my favorite.
Right.
And I tell them, do not tell your brothers because they'll be really sad. And if you tell them, then it's going to make me look like a bad person. So you're my favorite, okay? Blah, blah, blah. And I do that with all of them, and they all believe it.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem is they all believe it. And then then you'll have somebody like Katerina.
And then they'll go and throw
I
it in
did
there.
this, I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And then, am I good enough? Am I good enough?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yes, you're good enough. You don't have to do all of that.
Right.
See, and my problem is I have one.
But she wonders why she's all stressed out
Yeah.
and tense. And I'm like, stop.
She tries to
And she
take
goes,
the fall
well,
on
I
it.
thought I was being helpful. Okay, but you can't freaking lift your arm because you're so tense.
Yeah.
So no,
Because she's a perfectionist.
it's so annoying.
But I only have one, so I use my nieces and nephews. I'll be talking to Amber, and I'm like, you're my favorite. I'll be talking to Kat, you're my favorite. Mike, you're my favorite. Everyone's my favorite, except that one night when I fucked it all up.
Oh, yeah.
And told Dominic.
And told Dominic in front of Jeremy, you're my favorite. And then I ended up getting so upset that I did that I was like, and that's why girls are better than boys. Like, where does that even mean? And then Jeremy's like, what?
You were drunk. It's okay.
That was terrible.
They forgive you.
I felt, no, they don't. Jeremy still brings it up. So Dominic's your favorite. Then Amber goes and calls me or writes me, and she's like, oh my God, I'm over here laughing because Jeremy said that you said that Dominic was your favorite. And I'm like, oh my God, it's all falling apart. Like, they all know my secret. They all found out. And I felt really bad because they're all my favorite for different things.
But you know what? I'm everybody's favorite aunt. You know why? Because I never ask, who's your favorite, me or your other aunt?
I
See?
never ask.
No, she's
No.
saying I do.
She does. So
Like, they
always-
don't have really a lot of choices, so of course you're the favorite.
Between we're saying between me and Erica, she thinks that Kat, Jeremy, Amber, and Dominic are her. No.
Okay, you're Amber's favorite aunt.
I am
She
Amber's
actually-
favorite aunt.
She messages.
I
me.
talk
She
to
doesn't
Amber
message
almost
me.
every day. But I understand Amber, and I really do. I do. I try to hear her, not just listen, because I know what it feels like to be that mom who feels like
Stuck in the house.
stuck, and that takes a toll on your mental state, trying to, and I think me and Amber connected a lot on children because we both thought we were going to be like these bomb ass moms that got it all right because we wanted these kids so bad. And then it's like, when you mess that up, it's like, how am I tired of you today when I wanted you so bad? It happens. Like,
You
I
think
feel
you're the
guilty.
only one that goes through that?
No.
Because you have one child?
No,
That
but-
you want it really bad?
Well, what I'm saying is just
What the
because-
fuck?
No, but you get what I'm saying.
You
right?
didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't want your kids bad enough.
No,
No.
that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, I had such a hard time having Elijah, just like she had with Charlotte.
Right.
She
So
wanted him so bad.
we wanted, like, we would have given the whole world just to be moms. And then when you finally get it and you feel like you're not 100%, it's like, man, like, I thought I was going to be
That's
so
all
good.
moms, though.
It is. And I know it is.
It's a mom
Yeah.
thing.
But again, some moms don't necessarily want children, and they feel that way because they love their children. But me and Amber really were like, that's
Yeah,
all we
but
want to be with
There's
moms.
no way to be perfect. It's hard. It's hard work, no matter what. I don't care how great you think or how bad you thought you had it in life, and that it's just hard. It's a hard job, but it's worthwhile.
It is. It really. Like, I look at things, and like Nick's like, I don't know why you want more kids. Don't you want to travel? I wouldn't want to do those things
There's
Without
COVID.
Elijah.
Right?
Huh?
There's COVID.
Well, yeah, there's that. But things don't feel the same now. Like, before I had Elijah, it would be like, oh, you're the third wheel with everybody else and their kids going to see a cartoon just because, like, she would invite me. And I'm like, but why? Like, I don't have a kid, you know? And now, no, everything feels boring without Elijah, even though he drives me crazy. He really does. He's going
the
through a
kid's
really
job.
emotional stage.
That's what they're. They
Everything.
each have their problems.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard for kids, especially like now, because you can't stand up for yourself, but you still get teased or bullied if you're kind of weird or different. But it's not appropriate for fighting.
Yeah.
There's. It's just.
Well, like, Elijah feels like an oddball. He's like, you know, and it makes me feel bad, but he's like, I've never had a friend, you know, because nobody likes me enough. I'm like, why does it have to be that? Why can't it be you don't like people enough? Because he really doesn't.
Yeah.
He does not. He even says, I don't need people. And he's a little Cancer. And, like, I was explaining to her that he's been really, like, moody. I mean, like, I can't keep up. Last night I was literally like, the way you're
He's
viewing
probably hitting puberty already because
That's
of
what I
hormones.
said.
Prepubescent, I
That's
think.
what she said. And I was like, because it's like, he's like hysterical, like losing his mind and getting all angry and crying. And I'm like, but why? I thought this was going to be the perfect sleepover and now we're all fit. And I'm like, Elijah,
That happens too.
your emotion is not matching what's going on. Like, Michael yelled at him and it was a simple, Elijah, stop. And he's all emotional. And I'm like, what is going on? I can't keep up with his. And again, being a Capricorn and being a little bit cold, I'm just like, please.
Too much milk.
Like,
I think milk is bad for people. Seriously.
I love them.
I know, but I think it. Like, Amber hit puberty like 9 years
So
old.
did I, yeah. And, I used to
And
love
she used to drink milk, tons of milk. Like, she started getting acne in second grade. Like, it was
Oh.
rough on her.
Probably because the hormones. and
Well, yeah,
everything.
she has like and she's. I guess there's like a hormone imbalance thing, and that's part of the reason for it being hard to get
Yeah.
pregnant.
Same here. I have high testosterone because of PCOS.
I think that's might be something that she has too.
But again, it's just, I don't know.
I think it could be from milking.
It could be. Like, if Elijah, and that's the other thing. Elijah, she told me, because he smelled, at a year old, he smelled like a teenage boy's gym locker room. And she's like, I think he's allergic to milk. So I ended up trying to test it, and some lady at the store, it was when I first moved out here, and we were just starting out, and I was getting assistance from the state. And I was like, let me see, because he was smelling so bad and it would like cause rashes because he was just like this awful smell and the sweat and everything. And
Oh, baby.
I went and I was trying to get him lactose-free stuff. And I remember telling Nick, I came back and I was so mad because this woman behind me was like judging me because I'm using food stamps to buy milk without, lactose-free milk and fancy yogurts because he liked yogurts. I wanted an ice cream without, and she was just standing behind me, huffing, like, and it's like, you don't know the situation. Why are you judging me? I think you remember that because I literally came back and I was so pissed. And I was like, he picked me up and I was like, this lady was judging me and she's behind me, like, oh, must be nice. And I'm like,
I would have just said something to her. If somebody gets snippy behind me and just start, I'd tell them. Like, I'm not gonna let somebody just be like an asshole.
now
to
I'm
me.
like that.
Yeah.
Like,
finally.
look, excuse me, does it bother you that people on food stamps still need to eat?
Yeah.
Right?
And they have
Is it
diet
okay
restrictions.
if some people can't tolerate milk products?
Yep.
Oh, it isn't? Oh, I'm sorry. Go talk to God.
Right?
Goodbye.
Seriously. But again, I wish I had done something like that. But now I've gotten better. Like, we went to the nail salon the other day, and they were treating us like shit. We've been using them for, like, almost a year. they started treating us like shit. And I was literally sitting right there and I'm like, I didn't do anything to them. You know, I was like, there's other places. And Erica's like, yeah. And as she's doing Erica's nails, and I'm like, I don't understand. And then all of a sudden, she's like, because we pulled up the translator, live translator, because they're all, and I'm like, I don't have to come here. Erica's like, we really don't. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, Erica, Minda, blah, blah, blah. You know, it's like, no, I don't need your shit. If you're going to treat me like shit, I'll go somewhere else. But we looked super scrubby that day, so we think that they were actually really, like, confused. Because, I mean, it was extra. Like, holes in the pants and hair was a wreck. And, you know how people treat you different.
It. Like, totally. Hair just in a crazy bun. I literally had a hole in my thigh in my leggings. I was bad.
Oh, my Lord. It's terrible. We start talking about the place, and I start looking at everybody's eyebrows and jealous that they have.
Whatever, Amanda. Do you see how
you
one
can
of
get
my
yours
eyebrows?
fixed. But remember earlier, Rachel, when you were like, what do you mean half your eyebrow wiped off? It ends here because I was in the middle of shaving my eyebrows because I've been trying to save money not getting them done. So I was shaving them, and the cat walked up and went into my leg, and I literally took off the whole corner of my eyebrow. and even my dad looked at me, and he goes, what's wrong with your eyebrows? I'm like, you need to stop doing that. I'm like, wow. It looks, no, these aren't, even in here is not brown. It's
I can't even
pencil.
really tell, so whatever.
Can you? She's like, yeah.
I'm not close enough to see.
Because you don't have your glasses. It's terrible.
Yeah, but I can't see far away with my glasses.
So I literally have to, even before I like go anywhere, I have to take like a eyebrow pencil and I'm like just trying to draw them in. And then I guess today I was like this, and I must have taken it off at some point. That's why people will probably look at me weird.
I read a thing, I think it was in Cosmopolitan, to use your mascara brush for your eyebrows instead of using an eyebrow pencil.
That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. Because it's waterproof. So it probably sounds a lot better than what I deal with.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard. Once you mess up your eyebrows, it's hard to go back. Me and my eyebrows aren't a love-hate
I've
relationship.
shaved my eyebrows off before. Not recently, but I have done it.
See, it's a Capricorn thing.
Oh, Lord.
We're just...
I was a teenager. I've also turned my head red. So, you know, there's that too. Doesn't mean I'm really intelligent.
We all had our crazy stages. Remember mine? Everybody thought I was emo.
Oh, God. With your white powder makeup and really dark eyes.
Are you sure you weren't Juggalo?
Maybe I was.
Isn't that they wear the white makeup and the black
Oh,
eyes?
Insane
Juggalos?
Insane Clown Posse. Were they Juggalos?
Oh, maybe. I don't know.
Yep. See, look. Yeah, man.
Wow.
You
Woo.
know
When
some
the heck
information.
did you learn that?
I don't even know. It just came to my brain.
Well, that's weird.
Or like Kiss. The guy from Kiss
Oh,
with
yeah.
his white ass face. See,
And a really long tongue.
Yeah.
And you have that.
That's not quite
You
it.
know, that's actually really gross because there's like coronavirus, and I just stuck my tongue up my nose. It was salty.
Oh.
It's okay. You know how they say people can't lick their armpits? Elijah is so fascinated by his tongue, and one day, and I told you he stinks.
You can't lick your elbow.
You're not supposed to be able to lick your center of your armpit either.
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can. Well, he did that. I was like, that's gross.
Yeah, you can't. You shouldn't be. You should not be able to lick your elbow.
No. Ow! I pulled a muscle in my face.
Oh my God, you're stupid.
That is a fun fact from Snapple. And also, giraffes have black tongues.
Snapple. That's your.
Snapple. Oh,
That's
there's your
her-
plug.
There you go.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like the episode of.
And by the way, you guys don't use any of these things that you've been talking
I know. Well, I was just gonna say we really should, but that's what I was gonna say. Like,
love
me
Snapple.
too. And oh my gosh, when I watched what's that show?
Strawberry kiwi's my
The
favorite.
Disjointed on Netflix. Oh my god! You know how like they say when you listen or watch something, it gets in your brain. They were showing the episode where she opened her fridge and it was all that mango snap. I was like, oh, I need one of those now. Then that happened to her the other day with some member. Doodles. She writes me and she's like, oh my god, I really need cheese doodles. Why? I saw a commercial with cheese doodles. I'm like, see? They do. They get in your head and then you want these things. Like one of my customers today bought
Marketing work.
yeah, one of my customers today, I was really hungry, and the worst thing to do is shop for groceries when you're hungry. But I'm shopping for other people's groceries, so like people were buying like naan bread with like hummus
that's my
and
favorite.
all this stuff, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait to go shopping. And it's so funny because then I go to Price Chopper and they're like, you have such and such amount. What? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot this is Instacart. I'm like, no, actually, this is like my order. You can tell me how many food to have. I had to come back for the naan. She looks so good. And it's sitting in my fridge.
Wow.
I told you. I said I bought a snack. I was trying to surprise you, but then we left,